Alright guys, welcome to our tip number 60, and today what we're going to be focused on is ChatGPT and how we can use this for making shiny web apps in R using the ChatGPT as a way to build these things really quickly. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the Business Science newsletter. There will be instructions in the video notes, and what you're going to do is you're going to set up your GitHub repository. We're in 060 ChatGPT Shiny. That's what I'm going to be working out of today. And I'm going to show you how to build all 4 of these apps and progressively build a shiny web app in just a few minutes. So you can see I've got a ChatGPT session open here. You're also going to want to have one of those open. So I'm going to actually create a new chat and we're going to get started here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to please create a shiny app for monthly expenses calculator. All right, and we're just creating a monthly expenses calculator, and ChatGPT is going to help us do that. Okay, so you can see real quickly, it's already making all this code for me, and it's even calling it monthly expenses calculator here. I'm just going to copy that code, and we're going to see what it does over here. Now this is some old code that I had written, so this is the first app, and I'm just going to kind of plug it in here. And I'm going to click the Run App button, hit Save Selected, and you can see this is what it creates for me, okay? This is just a monthly calculator, and you can see here that it is, if I put in some values here for a rent or mortgage payment, so we'll say 600 here, 300 here for utilities, groceries, we'll say 500, 150 for transportation, and monthly expenses 200. Okay, so you can see it just calculates it right up here. Okay, all right, so the next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to progressively add to this. So I'm going to add some additional functionality. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say update the app to sum up the total expenses and allow the user to graph the total expenses over time. Okay, so just hit the play button here. Okay, and now you can see it's just updating the code. Okay, all right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this code and I'm going to see what it has built for me. So I'm going to actually paste this in my app 2. So I'm going to replace this code, Control V, save that. And I'm going to stop the previous application, and then I'm going to run this application here. So you can see it's got a total expenses over time. It's got the monthly expenses. If I do 600, we'll do 300, 500, we'll say 150 and 200. Okay, we'll submit, and now it's updated this. And you can see it's got a graph here. Now it's not exactly what I want. I'm going to type in another prompt here, and I'm going to say update the app to allow the user to enter the expenses for multiple months. I'm going to give it some examples: January, February, March, etc. And then visualize how the monthly expenses change over a month. Okay, so that's my next prompt here, and we're going to see if we can make this app even a little bit better. All right, and there we go. It's already firing off some new shiny code. All right, and there we go. We've got the code now. I'm just going to copy this code, and I'm going to put this into my third app here, which is right here. Just going to update this, Control V, Control Save, and I'm going to stop the previous app, and I'm going to run this app. Okay, so now we've got total expenses over time. I'm going to check this out. Let's see, we've got, we'll say 600 for mortgage, 300 for utilities, 500 for groceries, 150 for transportation, and entertainment, 200. All right, submit that. We can see we've got this updated. We've got January here now. And I can see we do have kind of an issue here, but let me see if I can add a new month now. So I'm going to go do February, and I'm going to submit this and see what happens. And I can see that it's using geom line. Okay, so I'm going to type in a prompt next. I'm going to say update the visualization to be a bar plot with geom call instead of a line plot with geom line. All right, and then let's see what it gives us now. All right, so I'm going to copy this code in, and I'm actually just going to update app 3 here, and I want to see what happens. Control save that, reload the app, and let's see what we've got going on here. So I'm going to type in some expenses, 600, 300, we'll do 500, transportation 200, entertainment 200. Submit that, and there we go. Okay, all right, so I see an issue here. I want it to break down these by the different rent, utilities, and groceries, etc. And I also want to have it add a table in here of monthly expenses. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to type in another prompt, update the visualization to show the breakdown between each of the monthly expenses, utilities, we'll say groceries, etc. And add a table that shows the breakdown by month. Okay, let's see what happens here. When I hit play, let's see what happens. Okay, so it looks like it's finished up. I'm going to copy this code, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I'm not going to put it in app 4. I'm going to just continually update app 3 for right now, because I want to show you the final app that I got when I did this earlier. Okay, so we've got the expenses breakdown. We also have a chart of months down here. So if I do January at 600, utilities at 300, let's submit that. We've got 1800. Okay, all right, cool. Looks like we've got the breakdown in here now. Now I'm going to add a new one. I'm going to do February, and I'm going to say there's a change here, 650. And we'll say transportation goes up 250 and submit that. See what happens. Okay. All right. So we've got the table in here. We've got the monthly expenses totaled, and we've got this. But what I might want to do is actually stack these on top of each other. So I'm just going to tell the ChatGPT, please update the visualization to stack the columns by month on top of each other. Okay, let's see if that's descriptive enough for it. So okay, it's going through, it's updating the code. All right, it's done here. I'm going to grab this code, and I'm just going to keep updating app 3 here. So we'll do that, Control V, Control Save, and I'm going to hit the reload the app. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Now, we've got 600 for rent, utilities. Submit this, and there, we got it now stacked on top of each other. Okay, and I've got January. Okay, so now if I do February and say it goes to 650 for rent, and say transportation now is 300. If I submit that, there you go. Now we've got this all stacked on top of each other. So this is really cool. This is like amazingly powerful. It's mind-blowing how fast I can create a Shiny app using some of the tools that we have available to us with ChatGPT and AI assisting me and allowing me to do this. So if you'd like to learn more about learning R for business and really taking this to the next level, you do need to really be good at reading code. Even though I'm asking prompts, I'm telling it what to do, but I also know how to read this code and to be able to use that. So if you want to learn how to do the code and become an ultimate business scientist, then I do have a presentation for you. It's my 10 secrets to becoming a business scientist with R. You will become a 6-figure data scientist This is a free 40-minute video that will show you all of the skills and all of the secrets that have helped me become super awesome at data science with R, the programming language, and it'll help you get a 6-figure job. So check that out. Links in the video notes.